Alright guys, welcome back to another video on Project Resurrection. Today we're going to be cutting out some templates to hopefully start getting this floor put back together. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of set the camera somewhere and use my fancy box knife, and I'm no good at math, so templates are going to have to do. So yep, I'm going to set up the camera and hopefully this will go by smoothly. Okay, that took way longer than I thought I was gonna. That took exactly 48 minutes to make that out of freaking cardboard. But we have our template. The tops here will not be here. This is just to keep this other half here in place since I haven't cut out the section there yet. So yeah, that's our first template. Now we'll take this template and down to the garage, set it on the wood, and draw it out, get everything marked up the way we need it, and yeah. So I guess let's get this thing laid on a piece of wood. All right, we got it set up. It's on the wood. I've already kind of done a little trace out on it. This is the first mock-up of it. Can't really see it all that well, but dotted line just so that I can kind of average everything out as I'm going along. So yeah, I'm gonna get this fully traced out, and then I reckon we'll cut it out and pray that that worked. All right, I got it fully traced out. You can see I've pretty much taken the average of the lines and I've added just a little bit extra just so that I have room to trim, because I'd rather have too much than too little. I don't exactly have a straight edge, so not one that's long anyway, so I'm using this trim that is for like houses and stuff. But so far it looks pretty good. So I'll get this cut out and then we'll do some test fitting, and then y'all will see exactly why that little die grinder comes in handy so much. Alright, I highly doubt this is gonna fit the first time, but we're gonna give her a go. Gotta cut out this area here. I've already got it marked on both sides on where I'm gonna cut it out, so yeah, now we're just gonna break out the good old DeWalt multi-tool and hopefully get this cut out without any issues.
Nothing wrong on the horizon. I was getting tired of trying, forgetting every word that I said.
Alright, well, phone fell on the second time, and well, y'all saw me cut that side out, so didn't figure y'all had to see me cut the other side out. But moment of truth, let's see if as bad at this as I think I'm gonna be. Huh. Okay, well, that's not horrible. I think once I trim down a little bit of this over here, and let's see, so this right here, and this here, and possibly get this out of the way. It's pretty dumb. Yeah, I think we'll be pretty good. I mean, you can kind of see the gist of where I'm going here, and I did all this with a jigsaw because I wasn't worried about the top, because this is gonna end up being flush, you know, with the top here as well, unless, I don't know, I might raise the floor up a little bit to give me a little bit more storage down here, because there's like 6'5" headroom whenever you're standing in the dinette, well, galley, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so far, I mean, that looks pretty good. And I am gonna seal up the bottom here and pretty much all the way around, just because I don't want any oil going down into the bilge, because, you know, that's never good. We don't want an oily bilge. And there is water down there. I don't even know if you can, yeah, there you go. But, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna use this fancy thing, and I'm gonna grab my Sharpie and kind of mark out where it needs to get grinded back a little bit more and go from there.
'Cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here.
All right, well, after doing some grinding and everything, I think we're pretty dang good. I mean, I don't think you can get any more perfect than that. So that's gonna pretty much be the baseline that we're working with. I'm not too concerned about the gaps. All that's gonna get some filler. Today's a little bit too cold for doing any fiberglassing, so that's gonna have to hold off until tomorrow. But I will probably go ahead and mark the top off, just to make sure I can get that trimmed down. If I decide to raise the floor later, I'll just add a strip of wood up at the top. Another thing I am gonna have to do is I'm gonna grind down the sides here, and then once this is done, I'm gonna grind the top of this just to reconnect all this back together. Because once you make a cut like this in the liner, then it kind of compromises the structural part of things with this. So with it being this close to the engine, I'd like to make sure that stays good and strong. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do there. Other than that, I'd say it's probably about it for right now. Tomorrow we'll come in here, we'll do some fiberglassing. I'll have the top portion of this cut. There's no reason for y'all to see that, because it's pretty straightforward. Just lay a nice flat piece of wood there, and yeah, I wish I had a yardstick or, you know, something like that, but just gonna kind of wing it. And I'm not too concerned about perfection, because what I'm gonna end up doing is, once I've got my sections of floor laid in and everything's where I want it to be, when I take the top portion of it to set it down, I'm gonna put some thickened epoxy up here on the top, throw some saran wrap over the top of it, set the floor down, add some weight to the floor. That way, you know, the thickened epoxy doesn't bond to the floor, because I don't want that. I still want to be able to remove the floor. So that's pretty much going to be my my thought process on that. If y'all have any better ideas, let me know before I start putting the top down on this floor. But I think having it removable is going to be nice, especially if the fuel tank's going to end up going back here. But I'm kind of tossing around the idea of making a fiberglass fuel tank. I'm gonna try to find some videos on that and see if that's something I can even do, because I mean, it'd be nice to be able to build my own, because then I can just kind of make it custom the way, you know, I want it and put it where I want it. So, but anyways, I'll stop yammering on. I tend to do that a lot. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, I reckon. Alright, we're back. It's Friday. I got a little ahead of myself yesterday, thinking that I'd be able to completely fiberglass everything today. I've still got to grind out this area here, these sides here, and I think that's about it. And then we'll be ready to lay up some, then we gotta lay down some thickened epoxy. And then from there, maybe we can put down some fiberglass. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today, and hopefully be able to get all that done today. Alright, so there's only one spot that I can't seem to get, and that's this spot right here. And honestly, I'm not too concerned about it. I don't know how in the world I got it on this side. I can only assume I was using the grinder, but from the feeling here, I can tell I was using a little die grinder. I just don't know how in the world I did that. Because if I take the die grinder over here, if I go up against there, I've got the hole blocking me, so I can't get it there. If I go like this, and I've got this up here blocking me, so I can't get in there because, you know, there's a gap. So, I don't know how I got that on the other side. So yeah, anyways. I'm not concerned about it. That's a very small space, and this isn't really even meant to be completely structural, but it's gonna help. So I'm gonna clean this up and grab a caulk gun, and then I guess grab some 610, and I might set it in place. Actually, no, I'm getting ahead of myself again, because I need to cut the top first before I do any of that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to cut in place, because it'll have this whole thing in the way. So I guess I'm gonna set it down in its home and make sure I mark where the front is. That way I don't get mixed up. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark this wood up, and then I'm gonna cut it on my table saw. Hopefully it's still good. It's been sitting out in the rain for like God knows how long, probably 4 months. It does have my, West Marine dinghy cover over it though, so I mean, and that's waterproof, so I don't know, maybe it'll be fine. And then if there's any other grinding that I have to do, I'm gonna do it off camera, just because I think you guys have seen plenty of grinding. And then another thing I'm gonna do is bring in my template that I made for that side over there and see which I can actually already tell it's not even gonna be remotely close, but I can still use it to build a new template, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, gonna mark this wood, cut it, I'll be back. All right, so we've run into a slight dilemma here. Yeah, and then and I thought maybe, it was just me, but nah. So I'm just gonna have to use my best judgment here on what's gonna be, I guess, straight upright, which, I mean, it seems like I'm pretty close, but thing is, this has to be on this side, so I mean, I don't know. Close enough. I mean, if it's not, I mean, I'm sure a grinder will suffice. And I mean, like I said, we're putting down epoxy. I just really hate that none of this is at a right angle, but I mean, it makes sense because, you know, stuff slopes, and I don't know. Boat building's always so much harder than like building a shed or something like that, because we've got these glorious, like, you know, curves that we all just love oh so much. And for some reason, as newer and newer boats come out, we just don't have these beautiful curves anymore. But anyways, except for Island Packet. Island Packet's still doing it right. But yeah, I just found that interesting and wanted to show y'all. Also, I noticed there's a drain hole right here, so I might incorporate one to the other side as well. But yeah, and then we still got the matter of the prop shaft, which has to, well, not prop shaft, drive shaft. Anyways, yeah, just wanted to show you all that, so I'm gonna mark this out now. All right, so certainly not the prettiest thing I've ever created, but it's pretty much there. And that gap that's right there, I'm not too concerned about. Again, I'll just, you know, fill it with thickened epoxy. But yeah, so that's pretty good. It'll do. I didn't exactly have a good straight edge. I think that might be one of my next investments, is a good straight edge, because I tried this, which is like some sort of I don't know, like concrete type board thing, I don't know, but actually part of the trim out of the boat turned out to be straighter of an edge than that thing is. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for now. I think I might actually go ahead and lay down some thickened epoxy. I'm not 100% sure yet, because if it rains while I'm at work during the week, that's gonna cause some major issues. Because none of this stuff is sealed, and there's technically no way for the water to drain yet, because I haven't created that. So yeah, that'll pretty much be it for this video. Next video will definitely be laying down some thickened epoxy and some fiberglass. I swear to you, one day we're gonna get that and that out of there. I know it's like every video I'm like, next video we're gonna remove that, but I don't know, for some reason it's not at the top of my to-do list. But yep, so that'll be it for this video. I reckon I'll see y'all the next 2 days I get off, which will probably be Thursday and Friday, which means video would get released Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, pretty much on the weekend. Yep, so y'all have a fantastic day, and I'm gonna try to enjoy some of this fantastic weather that we're having. 65 degrees and blue skies, gotta love it. Alrighty.